me or shooting a sign? He's actually shooting me, huh? Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? This is me, Ron. Well, we're here. You see, Fantomas. That's pretty good, huh? Whoever the hell Fantomas is, I don't know who that is, but I'm sure if his name is on his marquee, he's getting there. All you gotta do is keep on fixing what he's fixing, and mixing what he's mixing, and writing what he's writing, and playing what he's playing. And he'll get there. Pretty soon, he'll have a bus.
So much screaming. Always with the screaming. Whatever happened to singing? Whatever happened to singing? Ugh. My name's Neil Hamburger, and we're here in Commerce, California. I did a show tonight about 10 minutes away in Industry, City of Industry, California. And all the hotel rooms were booked up in Industry, so we're down here in Commerce. And I've been asked to provide some commentary for these rock and roll assholes, as usual. Always these rock and roll folks are giving me the work, which I'm not complaining. I can always use work of any sort. And so this group is Fantomas. No affiliation with Fanta Soda for any of you trivia buffs out there. And over the next however long this goddamn concert is, I will give some insight into what the musicians are doing, what they may have been thinking, and what you're actually hearing on the screen. And honestly, I'm not really in the mood for this, because the show tonight over in Industry was a real disaster. When you get 9 people is all that come to the show, and you're on a door deal, I know that this where we're staying tonight is not the most expensive place in town, and I had a coupon from a book we got at the Pilot Truck Stop in Saugus. I don't know if any of the people watching tonight are from Saugus, but there's these booths where you get discount coupons, 10% off any hotel. You cut the coupon out, and then you bring it to the front desk. You get a discount. This would be a $54.99 room, and I got it tonight for $44 using this coupon. However, on the door deal we had tonight over in Industry, with 9 paid, on a $7 ticket, that's $56 in the door, and we were getting 60% of that. So you do the math. It doesn't quite add up to the $44.99, but fortunately, the good news is these guys said they'd throw me a couple bucks to comment on their hell music, and so that's what we're doing here tonight. Now, I went out a little bit earlier. I've been here at the Destiny Inn for a couple of hours. I went across the street to get some food. The food was ghastly, and then came back, and now we're going to commence commenting on what the boys are doing here on stage. If you see right now, they're singing and playing. Now, before we really get into the details, the nitty-gritty of it, we need to check this room for bed bugs. I don't know how many of you travel a lot, probably none of you. If you're watching a DVD, you're probably a shut-in, probably someone who doesn't leave the house. But if you do stay in hotels, as I do, you'll want to visit a website, and we're not being paid, incidentally, to advertise this. It's bedbugregistry.com. Now, on this website, they list all the reports of bed bugs for any hotel in the country, and they tell you what room the bed bugs were found in. Now, I checked on a computer a couple days ago, this very hotel. I checked all the hotels in the Commerce, Industry, Paramount, Compton, all the cities in this general area, Montclair and Monrovia, and we checked them all out. And Santa Fe Springs is another one I've stayed in. If anyone watching tonight is from Santa Fe Springs, we tip your hat to you. But this place, this room, we're in room 101 at the Destiny Inn, and it came out with a clean bill of health. But if we're on the train tracks, I don't know how many of the viewers ever have stayed in this hotel before. You got the freeway right here. The window's right up against the freeway. I'm inhaling fumes, little bits of grit and cinders and things are hitting the window. You can hear that. But on the other side of the building is a train track. So you get the noise from both sides. And then, of course, if you're watching these screaming bands, then, of course, it's three sources of ear-splitting noise. And the point was... The point was, don't stay here. But if you do, check it for bed bugs. We're going to do that right now. This is sort of an instructional situation, because you can learn from watching how to check a room for bed bugs. Now, most bed bugs are hiding during the day. They tend to come out at night. So it's not as simple as it might seem. Well, this is nice. Look how poorly they made the bed. When you lift the bedspread, the comforter, and immediately you see the mattress, you know you're not dealing with a nice place. However, this is where the bed bugs like to hide, is along the rims of a mattress. And look at this hair. There's a big black hair. It's too long to be a pubic hair, but it is disgusting nonetheless. They like to hide along the rims of a mattress and underneath the mattress. Now, generally, when the light hits the bed bugs, they will run, and you will see them. Now, there's no signs of bed bugs. Also, their feces are similar to poppy seeds. Little tiny black specks. A little smaller than a poppy seed like you'd have on a bagel, but you wouldn't want these on a bagel. All right, now what you're going to do is you lift the mattress up, and you look underneath the mattress is a box spring generally, and you look on well, that's not a box spring, that's a piece of wood. All right, well, I didn't expect that, but all right, so you're going to lift and you're going to look on the piece of wood for any sort of I don't see any sign, thank goodness. We still have a price tag on the wood. This is new wood. There's no sign of bed bugs, and you usually could find them pretty fast, honestly. The other thing to look for is on the sheets themselves, you'll see a little specks of blood, because when they bite people, you tend to bleed. and the blood will stain these sheets. These are cheap. If you could feel these, it's thin, and it's a polyester. It's not cotton. That will soak up. So you're looking for the blood specks, and of course the bugs or their feces as well. And I think we're good tonight. I'm just going to look behind the headboard. Now this headboard is glued to the wall, but generally you would pry the headboard away from the wall and see if they run. Sometimes you might have a picture on the wall, and you look behind, you lift the picture off the wall, the bed bugs will hide behind the picture. There's no picture. All right. I think the coast is clear on that front. So these guys still rattling on, huh? T-shirts. They must have known this was being filmed. So these guys know this is being filmed. No, he's got a nice shirt on. But the singer, I know these guys. If I had known these guys, I would have given them a call the night before and said, look, you're doing a concert for a motion picture. Get dressed up. Trevor Dunn has got a nice button-down shirt and a hat, but some of the other guys are just, that's a t-shirt. That's, you know, that doesn't look good. I mean, it looks good for casual wear, but this is a movie. This is a motion picture. What is it? What does Buzz? Buzz have a t-shirt too? She's got the same t-shirt. You can have the nicest music in the world, and I'm not saying that these guys do. This is hate rock. But you can have the nicest music in the world, and then you show up for a concert with a t-shirt on, and the audience, they really lose their respect. Now, a good act, a classy act would have a suit, a tie. It could be a bow tie like I wear, or just a regular old-fashioned, just a straight tie. And shoes. You want to wear the nice shoes, and trousers pressed with a crease and that sort of thing. And then your audience will respect what you're doing. These guys come out, they have 2 strikes against them, and the audience isn't even going to listen to the music because they're, most of these people spent a week's salary for the show, and then they got dressed up, and they made the effort. So why wouldn't the band make the effort to dress up too? That's what I don't understand, especially when you know it's going to be filmed. That's Dale. I know him. The drummer. Again, the drummers can be slobs because they sweat a lot. You stink. The drummers will smell because it's a very physical opportunity to play the drums. It's dirty work. This is from a movie. Some of the songs, incidentally. This was a thing. We're giving you the behind the scenes information about what's here. That's why we have this track. These songs are from movies. And this one, hey, I've seen this picture. If anybody has ever had the opportunity to watch cable television, there's a movie called Private School for Girls starring Phoebe Cates, the great Phoebe Cates, and Ray Walston, who you may remember from My Favorite Martian and some other films. And this was a song from that movie. There was incidentally, a shower scene in the movie. Just a lot of gratuitous nudity. But when you put this sort of music behind it, then it becomes something so much more. And I think that's why these guys chose to cover the song. It's too dark. Somebody should put the lights on, huh? Then you'd see what a dirty bunch of people is there. Not the band, I'm talking about the audience. A lot of these San Francisco crowds are just dirt bags, total dirt bags. Because you can't help it. You take the bus to the show, you're picking up lice or scabies or whatever from the bus. If you take the bus, the 7 bus or the 71, anything that goes through the Haight-Ashbury, some of the dirty, the dreadlock guys, they sit on the bus. When the dreadlocks are on the back of the seat of the bus, it leaves an oil. If anyone's ever been to Pizza Hut, you know the kind of oil I'm talking about that comes out of their cheese when you reheat a slice of the old Pizza Hut pizza. Also comes out of the dreadlocks, and it gets on the back of the seat. You sit down, you might be wearing your Easter bonnet, your Sunday best. You get these kids, you know, dressing up for church. They sit down on the damn bus, and before you know it, they've got a whole colony of ants living on the back of their neck from some of these filth bags, some of these stinking filth bags, and then, of course, they go to these concerts too. And these guys, I mean, this is a great, I'm loving what I'm hearing. I mean, this is some very interesting music, a little unusual. But it's not their fault that their audience are such garbage. It really isn't, because when you sell tickets, you have no control over who buys the ticket. It could be anybody. Now here's some something's wrong with the camera. Thumbprints on the lens. You get these film students, you know, and everything turns to shit when you're trying to film. Look at this. The color's going out. Now it's blurry. It's a mess. What the hell is that? You ever see any of the old horror films? The one with the crickets that invade? What was that called? Yeah, I hear a couple of bad notes. You'd think they'd fix that again. Couple of bad, sour notes, they call it. Any of the good musicians will tell you, sour notes. But then you could be a good musician and hit a sour note, especially when the room is so dark. You can't see what you're doing, you know. Now this is catchy. This is the hit. Do they have singles anymore? I don't think they have singles. This would be the single. You used to get a record, and it would be the sort of like the loss leader for the album. You'd buy the single. If you like that, you might go ahead and buy the album. I would buy this. This is very catchy. Again with the bad camera work. Blurry. It's very, this is, the drug people would like this. I'm sure there were drug people in the crowd at the show. There always are. Even at the comedy shows. I had a guy tried to break my hand the other day in Asheville, North Carolina. He was so souped up on God knows what, PCP or whatever, shaking my hand, and wouldn't stop squeezing, you know. It locked in onto my hand, squeezing it. I had to throw a drink in his eyes to get him to release the grip. before he broke my goddamn hand. Now we're losing the... This is not a hit. Too loud. The better songs are quieter, you know. Mike, I've known him for 20-something years. This guy, if he would stop doing the hate rock, could have a hit. Could you imagine what he would do with a song like The Gambler, or Coward of the County, or something like that? Can you imagine what that would sound like? Because Kenny Rogers is, I mean, he's one of the greats, but his voice is too scratchy. You know, it always sounded like he had a piece of glass caught in his throat, you know. You get a voice like this, it's smooth. And then a song like Coward of the County would take on a whole new life, you know. That's what you ought to do instead of singing some of these songs that just, I can't understand what they're saying. The music is too loud. It's erratic. The beat is a mess. And no horns, never any horns. And that's what you really need. A good trombone, or a saxophone, or a tuba, clarinet. Trumpets would sound good about now. But it's always going to be the guitars. Because these drug kids, that's all they like. Shaky camera work. The guy who films it, probably his excuse is some sort of epilepsy, or, you know, you use that as an excuse, but you could put it on a tripod. It doesn't have to shake. That's just amateurish. Oh boy. How much longer is this gonna go on? This is a mess. Look at that mess. Blurry. Oh Jesus, look at that. No, I can't understand a word you're saying. How can you relate to a song when you don't know what they're even singing about? Now, I did my own album of music. Neil Hamburger Sings Country Winners. We actually did a show at the Great American Music Hall. I have my own band. I do comedy mostly, but we did a country album, did a show here. It wasn't as dark, though. The lights were on, you know. Made some music videos, toured around, but never with any real success. These guys have had success. I haven't. Oh. Just dead space in the middle of a song. Dead. If you had a trombone or something, why even bother for this crowd? A bunch of assholes. You see some of the people out there. Oh Jesus! Now I don't. Lost track. This is just a mess. These guys aren't even playing music anymore. What the hell? Split screen. Anyone see the Woodstock movie? They have that, but what a bunch of slobs were in that, huh? Janis Joplin makes me lose my lunch to see her. What a disgusting person. How much longer does this thing go on? Ugh. Buzz and we go to the baseball games sometimes, the Los Angeles Dodgers. You know, you have to have a hobby. I collect comics out of the newspaper. You cut the funny comics out of the paper and put them in a scrapbook. We'll get into that later, don't worry. And watching baseball is a good way to pass the time before it's all over. And before we all pass. But Buzz and I have something in common. We both are Fox News commentators for a show called Red Eye. It's a hateful show. Things they say on the show. But these guys had given me some socks. I don't know if Buzz got the socks, but Fox News, they don't pay you shit. You go on this goddamn show, they have these expensive commercials for Pringles and all these other things. I got these socks. I don't know if the socks will register. Fox News socks. Went on the goddamn show 8 or 9 times. I got a pair of socks, but it's a funny show though. It's nice to be on TV. It's nice to feel that somebody cares, you know. To go on TV and say horrible things and people care, you know. Most of the time, as far as my opinion, no one is listening. If you have a show sometimes with a big audience, they have to listen. They don't want to, but they have to. Speaking of a big audience, as long as we've got one here, there's a prize giveaway, folks. That's right, Fantomas fans, there's a prize giveaway. Keep watching. Wouldn't you love to have an Ipecac gift basket with hundreds of dollars worth of signed rarities and prizes and CDs and DVDs and albums and souvenir buttons, all the rarest Ipecac Recordings items ever. And you can win it by watching this commentary. At the end, we will give the information. One lucky person will take away this prize basket. There might be some apples in it. There could be some brie cheese. Could be a tin of cat food. Or maybe a pet iguana. Maybe some of the albums they couldn't sell, they'll give you a pallet of them. I've done a couple albums for this label. Wouldn't you like to get a pallet of 2,500 unsold copies of one of my albums delivered to your home? That might be, I don't know what the prize is, but I know it's valued very highly. And Fantomas fans in particularly, if you like signed items, if you like autographs, if you like pieces of clothing worn by the band, I don't know if any of that's part of this souvenir package. Maybe none of it is. I don't know. There might be used batteries. Ever-ready batteries actually ran out while these guys were playing this music. Because it's loud music, the batteries themselves tend to expire during the course of a concert. Mike told me that one concert these guys did, he had to change the batteries in one of his gadgets 4 times during the course of an hour-long concert because of the loudness of the music itself. And that's in the Guinness Book of World Records. And that is something that he will carry with him to the grave. I tried to get in the Guinness Book of World Records there was a thing where it was the most people shining shoes in a public park at once. So we had 500 of us, and these asshole businessmen, these stockbroker pricks showed up with their dirty shoes. We're down on our knees shining these shoes, and the Guinness people are there documenting the whole thing, you know. And it was pretty demoralizing. Went on for hours, and I never bought the Guinness Book of World Records to see if we actually made it, but I was told that we did. But I shined about 10 asshole shoes, and you had 500 other guys shining shoes. That's 5,000 people, which is 10,000 shoes. There was one guy who only had one leg, so it would be 9,999 shoes shined. I shined to one guy with one leg, and that was sobering. That was a sobering thought, to think that could happen to you. Because there are a lot of accidents. People get sick with the measles and they get their arms amputated. Comedian I worked with, very funny guy, very funny young man, had an eye amputated. And it happens, you know. A lot of the people watching this, you have your health. That's your only real wealth. That's why you have to eat well. Now, I ate some really bad. I don't know if anyone saw on the bed. I had 2 bites of this stuff. But generally, I don't know if Fantomas does this. Generally, when I'm on the road, it's always going to be free cocktail. Because you have all the vitamins and all the sodium that you need, all the cholesterol that you ever needed, and pineapple and corn syrup and sugars and proteins and 2% vitamin C, and it's real good. And that's what a lot of these groups, these guys, look at them jump around. Look at them jump around. That's, you know, you can't do that if you're eating pizzas or big plates of ravioli or brisket, a country ham, a honey-baked ham. If these guys had been on stage with a honey-baked ham in their gullet, I guarantee you that you wouldn't see any drum, anything. It would just be a bunch of slobs sitting on chairs, not even standing up. Because when you have a honey-baked ham in your gut, you can't play this kind of music or tell jokes. This is the real stuff, not this. I'm gonna get another drink, or talk this one out.
Hey, thank you. Everybody okay? Just checking.
people are trying to sleep and they just keep. I carry this little laser. I don't know if any of the people watching this have these. This is fun. You gotta have fun in show business. It can't all be like these guys, perfection. You have to have a little fun. You can't just play all your songs perfect and let all these assholes cheer. You gotta get back to your hotel room and have a little fun. I carry this laser. These are very rare. This is something that NASA developed. And the deal with these lasers is that you can blind somebody. And in the case of these assholes, how many people watching this DVD have trying to pay attention and these cars are wrecking everything? Imagine for me when I'm trying to sleep after doing a show to 9 of the biggest pricks I've ever performed for, and then coming here and having to watch this. It's too dark. The songs are fine, but I can't see anything. And then you have to go and try to sleep with these trucks. This is what I do. I'm going to shine this laser in the eyes of these drivers, and we're going to see one of these cars go right off the road and crash right into the wall. It's going to be very funny. And then we'll give away that prize package we're talking about and just have a lot of fun. This is so much fun. Is it anybody's birthday today? Happy birthday. We'll sing happy birthday later. If it's not your birthday, mark it in your calendar to watch this DDV on your birthday, and then we'll sing happy birthday, and it'll seem like it's to you. Okay, let's go blind a driver and cause an accident, you pricks. All right. It's hard because they're going so fast, and you want to train it on their eyes. Asshole! Yeah. All right. You gotta get it just right. All ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, prick! Oh, no, look. Slowing down, asshole. Because probably he was blinded, and so he went into the median strip, you know. Fuck you, asshole! Fuck you! Fuck! That's what the problem is. You get the window. You assholes! Die, pig! Crash, you assholes! Greyhound bus, prick! How about that? We get a Greyhound bus, that's 100 points, huh? Yeah, look at this. Right into your eyes, too, at home, you losers. Huh? Fuck you! Go to hell! Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right, we gotta get the phone here. Hello?